His ERA just over 5. But he was 4-1 in the month of September. And generally speaking,
dive down inside to a right-handed batter.
A bouncing ball, Ripken to his left. Nice stab, whirling throw, got him by an eyelash.
We've seen several times in this series where routine ground balls, we kind of stood there in amazement, but they did not put up too big an argument.
And Boggs strikes out. We've seen that happen several times in the postseason. It happens so infrequently during the regular year. Just 32 strikeouts, the third toughest to fan. And the 1-1 pitch is hit in the air to center field. It'll send Brady Anderson back, way back, and over his head and over the wall on a bounce. The ball takes some kangaroo hops off the warning track here at Camden Yards.
Well, we were talking about it in last night's game, Bob. This warning track is cork and rubber, I believe.
It's over the fence, but Brady Anderson normally gets a better jump on the ball than that.
Swinging on the 3-0 pitch, Tino Martinez grounds it to Ripken from the outfield grass. He throws him out. So Joe Torre let him take a rip in an RBI spot, but he couldn't come through. No score after half an inning.
He almost used a cutter on every pitch last week, and that kept him in trouble. He needs to have the good four-seam fastball.
He gets something close with a fastball. I mean, he's going all the time.
Rolled to second. Soho playing today for Duncan. Throws him out. Take a look at a Yankee defense that has committed only one error in this LCS if there's a game 6 in New York. Back of first into foul ground. Tough play. Tino Martinez takes it with his back to the infield. Nice catch.
That's a beautiful running grab by Tino Martinez, not only fighting the tarp.
Rex Barney, the legendary PA man here, goes back to the old Memorial Stadium days and now Camden Yards. Bouncer to third, and Boggs is going to throw him out. He was cheered, but not that loudly, and you could hear a few boos mixed in from Oriole fans who nonetheless wanted to know they don't approve of what he did. No score after 1. Erickson's 0-2 pitch, and he got him to chase another one out of the strike zone. Not a good AB for Fielder, but Erickson can do that to you. He's now 10 for 49 lifetime. And Strawberry draws a walk. Erickson is one of the best control pitchers in the league, averaging fewer than 3 walks.
That bit of a high leg kick. A lot of pitchers, a lot of right-handers who try and stop a guy or slow him down at first have that slide step.
2-1 pitch, rolled to short. Ripken to Alomar, on to first, and with O'Neill hobbled by the bad hamstring, the DP was relatively easy. No score as we move to the bottom of the second.
And you'll see Bobby Bonilla will say you can't see out in right field.
A soft liner off a check swing by Palmeiro, and Pettitte makes the catch on the mound for the first out in the bottom of the second. You could also see O'Neill wincing, not just hobbling, but wincing.
And he's icing his knee while he sits on the bench.
Diving to his right is Martinez, covering his Pettitte, and Bonilla is denied. And when you're in a slump, that's what happens.
Boy, and Pettitte almost forgot to cover on that ball. He thought that ball was going to get into right field.
He's approaching the ball as if the pitch is going to be away, and then he just reacts to the ball inside.
Fastball got him. First strikeout for Pettitte, a called third strike, and Ripken didn't like it one bit. No score after 2.
They get a lot of called strikes that are basically off the outside or off the inside part.
And this ball is hit well, sounded good off the bat. Bonilla looking up into the glare, but this one clears the scoreboard for an opposite field home run for Jim Leyritz. I don't know if Bonilla ever saw it, but it's a moot point because he had no play.
This reminds you of the home run he hit last year to win the game against the Seattle Mariners, game 2.
They hit and run, but if you're talking about power, Leyritz is more the threat to hit the ball out of the park, which he did just there. Soho grounds to Alomar.
Well, that arm brace that he borrowed from Mo Vaughn finally works. I was going to say it swings better with Movan in it than it does with Leyritz, but
And into the New York night, they left home with a 2-0 lead, but then couldn't come up with the extra win they needed in Seattle. Alomar diving, comes up empty, base hit for Jeter. Mariners won 3 straight, as you remember, at the Kingdome, then went on to lose to Cleveland in the LCS.
Hit him hard, but right at somebody.
A little tapper. Erickson can't come up with it. Now Zeal barehands it, but has no play. And at this point, Boggs will take it.
well, sometimes that's all it takes to get a good hitter started. Just to get a base hit, to do it consistently enough to keep him from hurting them.
On the first pitch, a roll to Alomar and right through his legs. The Gold Glover has it go right through the wickets. Jeter comes home. Boggs to third. He committed only 11 errors all year. Only 4 each of the 2 previous seasons. And you'll hear at least a smattering of applause when things go well for New York. The runner breaks from first. It's hit to Alomar again. He's coming to the plate to try to get Boggs, and he's out. Williams was off on the pitch, and that eliminated that possibility. And if in fact the Yankees had the contact play on and Boggs just broke late, here's a drive to deep left center. This ball is on its way. This ball is gone. Well, if there's any sting felt by the Yankees over Boggs breaking late, that takes care of most of it.
We've talked about how great Bernie Williams has been in this series. Well, the big fella has been awesome as well. Not just with the home run ball, but getting key base hits, putting the ball in play when he needs to.
5 runs in the third. 4 of them unearned because of the Alomar error. And now this one is driven to deep center. Brady Anderson back to the track. Goodbye.
See the Yankee bullpen, they're having fun too. There were some people who said that the Yankees went downhill a little bit when they acquired Darryl Strawberry and Cecil Fielder, that they stopped doing the things that gotten them there, stopped hitting and running and things and waiting for the home run.
You think about the makeup of this Yankee roster and how important Fielder and Strawberry are in this postseason. These are guys who weren't here when the year began, and are so key as they point toward the World Series, apparently. O'Neill is retired, but they score 6
to work for you. And that is the true Mr. October right there.
1-2 pitch to Murray. Bouncer to Jeter. Murray doesn't run very well anymore, and that's the first out. Pettitte has retired 7 straight. Well, it occurs to me, seeing Reggie smiling broadly, that combining playing and managing has been in a big league uniform for more games, as Surhoff becomes the first base runner against Pettitte with a 1-out walk. No one has worn a big league uniform. Cal Ripken hoping for his first trip to the World Series since '83, but the odds look slim now. Harrant lifts one into shallow center. Strawberry over with Williams, and it's Straw who takes it away from the center fielder. And that was not the play. That was Bernie Williams' ball. Frustrated his manager and pitching coach by constantly pitching behind in the count last night, walking guys, and he was out of there very early. Line drive, gloved by Soho. So Pettitte had a little bit of control problems here in the third, but it didn't hurt him, and it's still 6-0 New York.
It was even better than that, Bob. They came home 1-1 with 3 home games to be played here, so they were in control of their own destiny.
Leyritz goes down on strikes. 3rd strikeout for Erickson.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Well, a guy who calls the games for the Brewers ought to have an interest in this. Shallow right field. Alomar out, Bonilla in, Alomar for the catch, ranging far into right field.
And a nice running grab by Alomar.
To Fielder and Strawberry, but because of the Alomar error, 5 of the 6 runs are unearned. Hit slowly to the left side. Zeal decides to hold on to it with Jeter running, which was probably wise. An infield hit.
He has not been doing that.
A bouncer to Alomar from the edge of the outfield grass. He throws Boggs out. No runs, a hit, and a stolen base. A man left. Still 6-0 New York. Yankees 6, Orioles nothing. Game 5. New York leading the series 3-1. This is the first Baltimore hit on the first pitch. Zeal going the opposite way. A long single as O'Neill gets it back in from the edge of the track. Bobby was hitting .410 in early June. .352 at the All-Star break. Wound up at .328 for the season. Lifts a high pop behind first. Soho in behind Martinez near the line to make the catch.
Yes, he did.
He sure did. No glasses on. I don't think he has glasses. He doesn't.
Left center field. Bernie Williams sprinting back near the fence. Makes the catch as he crashes into the barrier. And now sprinting back to first is Zeal. There was no throw, but he slides in. Cy Young Award winner. If he doesn't get it, Pat Henkin of Toronto probably will. At third base, Boggs goes the short way to Soho for the force. And after 4, it remains. The Yankees 6, the Orioles nothing. A win away from the World Series. Well, it had a certain charm to it, sitting there in the neighborhood.
Yeah, it was great.
And Williams goes down on strikes. You know, we saw that play. There are some Yankee fans, but obviously the majority here pulling for the Orioles and disappointed at this point. A liner to center by Martinez. On comes Anderson for the catch. Two out, nobody on. And the 0-2 pitch. Well, he struck him out twice, but in between, fielder had the 3-run shot. To the bottom of the 5th. Still 6-0 New York. 9 in his other 32 starts. And that sounds more like a Cy Young Award winner. Hit to third, Boggs. Retires Ripken. Next Saturday,
how many runs did you produce for your ball club? And he produces wins for his team. So that's what's important.
Another chance for Boggs. High throw, leaping as Martinez comes down on the bag in time to beat Murray.
You know, I agree with you, Joe. Earned run averages. I mean, you give me a guy who can soak up some innings for you.
It was a no decision for him. It was a wild, high-scoring game, and the Yankees got him off the hook. Liner by Surhoff, caught by Soho, a 1-2-3 fifth. So to complete the thought, Pettitte is 3-0 this year and 5-0 lifetime against Baltimore, and leading 6-0 after 5 in what could be the pennant clincher. Another 3-2 pitch from Rhodes to Strawberry. Hit the other way. In front of it is Zeal, who had him played way off the line. Good positioning, throws him out.
He hit that ball hard as well. The ball was down and out over the plate.
And Paul hits it up the middle and through for a base hit. He labors down to first. Not much to cheer about for these fans today. Down 3-1 in the series, 6-0 in game 5. And Rhodes finishes Leyritz. 2 out with O'Neill at second in the 6th. Time with the Philadelphia A's, Connie Mack's team. Al Simmons and all those guys. Mickey Cochran hit hard through the hole. Base hit for Soho. Let's see if they try to score O'Neill, who isn't running well. The throw comes through, and he's gone at the plate. They tried to send him home on a 2-out single by Soho, and he is out.
Jimmy Durante.
All of the above. Lefty Grove on their pitching staff. Connie Mack, their manager. Hoyle strikes out against Pettitte to start the 6th. The A's won that series in 5 games. That's the biggest deficit ever overcome in a postseason baseball game.
But he's been around there. He's jammed right-handers, stayed away on the left-handers.
Brady Anderson skies one to center. Bernie Williams drifting over for the catch. So Anderson is now 0 for 3.
He has been great since the 3rd inning.
For the Cy Young Award, some people will say Henkin threw more complete games. He had a little bit better ERA. This ball is drilled by Todd Zeile on the first pitch to him, and the Orioles are on the board on Zeile's 3rd home run of this series. A 2-out shot in the 6th to make it 6-1.
Well, if you're Jim Leyritz, you go to the mound and you say, hey, we have a 6-0 lead at team. Same thing with MVP. It does not say most valuable player on a winning team. It says the most valuable player in the league.
Boggs behind the bag. Long throw with Alomar running, gets it. The homer by Zeile gives the Orioles their first run, but they still trail by 5 after be pounding an anvil with those babies.
You can pound the baseball.
Popped into shallow right, Alomar. Bonilla and Anderson behind him, but Robbie has the play. Never forget the shot of him weeping in the dugout after Game 7. Hit sharply to second. Alomar throws Boggs out for the 2nd out in the New York 7.
He's a hitting coach with the White Sox.
Bernie Williams trying to find the gap. It's cut off by Anderson, so it'll be just a long single. But it's Bernie's 2nd hit of the game. He had a double earlier.
He runs as you can get and forget about everything else. You're trying to win an American League pennant.
The 0-2 pitch. And down goes Martinez. A single and a stolen base for Williams. He's left at 2nd.
Back in the ball game. You have 9 outs left. You got to use them to the best.
Fly ball right center field. Bernie Williams calls O'Neill off. Not that Paul could have gotten there the way he's running. And he makes the catch. Just to name a couple. Bonilla pops it up shallow right, and the look on his face as he tosses the bat down. Now 0 for 3 in this game, 0 for 19 including in the postseason. But no smiles in that dugout right now. Ripken swings and misses, didn't get a piece of it. Leyritz has to throw it down to first base to Martinez to make it official. It's a 1-2-3-7.
And the air and the base hits and the home runs, they're all big time, but it's been a super ball game for Andy Pettitte after a couple of tough outings in the postseason.
A walk to Fielder to start the Yankee 8th and trotted around on a 3-run homer. Now he's done and can savor what he's contributed. Strawberry the opposite way. Deep left field, but not deep enough. Sorhop on the track for the catch. Fox tags at first and dives in at second on an alert play. The 8th, 6-1 in Game 5. And a walk for O'Neill. Now let's see if they run for him at this stage. A 3-2 pitch coming to Jim Leyritz with 2 on and 1 out. The runners break. It's ball 4. The ball gets away. Fox rounds third, but Hoyles chases it to the backstop, and the bases are loaded. Soho. And a called strike 3. Rocky Rowe punches Soho out. A 3-2 pitch with the bases loaded and 2 out. Runners go, and it's popped up right side. Alomar into shallow right with Bonilla closing in on him, and Robbie's going to make the play. So it doesn't get any worse for the Orioles. The Yankees don't add to their lead.
Well, he needs to remind Pettitte it takes 5 solo home runs to catch up, make him swing the bat.
Well, this may be one of them. Way back in left. There's a solo home run.
This really does not mean a lot, except it puts another one on.
A liner to center. Bernie Williams is there. Surhoff has twice hit the ball hard and twice has lined out, in addition to his 3rd inning walk.
Well, this ball is hit right on the nose by Surhoff.
Boggs. Tough hop, but he handled it, and he throws Hoyles out.
And that's what you want from Pettitte. He can get a little help from his friends. He got some help from Bernie Williams on the line drive by Surhoff. Played well. Duncan, Martinez, the entire inner defense.
Anderson, who's 0 for 3. It looks like it'll be 0 for 4. Soho throws him out. Murray starts the inning with a homer, but after that they go 1-2-3. It's 6-2 as we go to the 9th.
Well, I think they may send him out there, but it depends on what happens here, I think, in the top of the 9th.
Into shallow right for a base hit for Boggs. Still to come tonight on NBC. In the air to right. Bonilla started in. He now goes back, and at the edge of the track he makes the catch. So Williams settles for a 2 for 5 night. If his mind wanders a little bit and looks back over the whole journey, Martinez pokes this one to left. Surhoff comes on to make the catch for the 2nd out. He's been a batting champion. He's been an MVP. A 9-time All-Star in the National League.
The reason you run the extra sprints in hopes that you'll be able to perform in the Fall Classic.
Charlie Hayes pops one behind second base. Ripken and Alomar. On to the bottom of the 9th. Last at bat for the home team, but in the visitors clubhouse, the plastic is up in anticipation of the champagne spray. There are his figures for the year. In the postseason, at all 6 of their runs in the 3rd. 3 homers, Leyritz, Fielder, and Strawberry. And a walk to Zia to start the 9th. The last thing Wetland had in mind.
One hat, and he says it has a lot of work in it. He doesn't want to get rid of it.
His 1-2 pitch. A bouncer to Soho. Has a little trouble getting it out of his glove, and he'll have to settle for 1. It would have been tough to turn with Alomar running from the left side of the box anyway.
You're right, Bob. I don't think they have a chance for a double play on this ball.
Clinch your pennant quicker than your opposition does.
The 1-2 pitch. Called, strike 3.
Good breaking ball right on the inside corner. He threw a couple of fastballs away, and watch this.
Palmeiro, after what was very likely his last at bat. Anderson and Hoyles. In the air to deep left. Very deep left. At the fence, Raines runs out of room. How do you like that? 2-run homer for Bonilla.
Well, if you're the Yankees, that's why you wanted him to get a hit earlier, because, you know, a good hitter, the more times he goes over, the more he becomes due. And Bonilla is a good hitter.
Now again to the opposite field here at Oriole Park.
The 2-2 pitch. A bouncer to deep short. Jeter, long throw. Diving is Cal. But he can't get there in time, and the Yankees win the pennant.